We back up in this bitch.
If they wanted to take it outside in the parking lot, the ex-wife and her homegirl would have been well within her right to put a little beat down on the mistress.
Oh my
Hey,
God, I just want to get on this mic and talk to my girl.
We still got some fucking ninjas out here that don't know no
mm-hmm.
better.
How dare you? You think that it's appropriate to take a woman, a young woman who is still a minor, and put her in front of the congregation to apologize?
Him, he's just a ninja. I mean, he was cheating from the door. She said it. He didn't give a shit about nobody but himself.
We might find out some shit tomorrow that we had no idea. So I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Listen, something don't smell right to me, but I'm going to mind my business. But I'm not because I want to know what y'all think.
So stop acting like, oh, we're not taking handouts. Bitch, you are a handout. You taking our money.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Three Aunties and a Mic, the podcast about grown folks ish. I am your Auntie V. I got with me weekday with the everyday drama and Miss Bookworm with the read. What's up, ladies?
Hey,
What's
how is
up? What's up?
everybody? Yeah. Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Yes, another week with my girls. How y'all doing? What's been going on in y'all's world? Let's catch up real
Feeling
quick.
good. I'm feeling good. The weather is changing and I'm feeling real good about it.
Yeah,
I
Y'all
the
know
last
already
that's
couple of
know.
days
right.
are nice. The last
I
couple of
have
days have
gotten
been nice.
spoiled. Spoiled. You hear me? Once it hits about 65 and keeps creeping up, can't tell me anything. My kind of weather is coming back.
Yes. Yeah, I've been enjoying this weather too. I can't complain. Start taking my allergy medicine like early, so
I need
I'm
to.
good. I'm
I
real
need
Yeah.
good.
to.
What's going on with you weekday? What you been up to?
Nothing. I went to the flower show in Philly on Saturday. It was really nice.
How
It was really
was
nice.
it?
Um, I am a part of PHS, the
Mhm.
Pennsylvania Horticultural Society, and it was nice. I mean, I think I liked it better last year, but still a nice display of
What was the
you know
theme?
gardens or something. I forget it was gardens or something, and I was like, okay. And I mean, it was some nice pieces. I've seen some things that keep repeating itself, but you can be only but so
Oh,
original after a while. When you first walk in, it was just so many people. I mean, Saturday, surprisingly, because it wasn't really a great day, but people were out just at droves. I mean, it was so many
yeah.
people at the flower show. I was really shocked by the number of people that was there. But I did enjoy myself, until Saturday evening. Okay. All right. So I
We knew
went
it was
because
coming.
I had ordered some stuff from Nordstrom Rack. And guys, I'm trying to hold on to my coins, but I'm going to see MJ B
Well, yeah.
in a couple weeks. So I said I had to get my pleather shorts and everything together. I had ordered a leather a blouse, a leather shirt. So I ordered it, and part of the stuff was going to the rack, and part of them was going to the regular Nordstrom. So I get in the store, and the girl says to me, "Now I normally go to the store. I've placed orders before, and you go right to the register." She said, "Oh no, now it's at the fitting room." I said, "Where are the signs at?" It should have been a sign at the front door. I done stood in damn line for like 5 minutes watching other people make purchases when it should have been somewhere. I said, "Where is it at?" She says, "It's right there." Right where? She said, "I don't know if it's at the front
Gosh.
door." Well, you should know. You're directing people somewhere different, right? So y'all know I'm a change management special. I'm a change management expert. Been doing it for years. I don't like change either. Let me just be honest with you. I don't like change. So I get back to the fitting room. Nobody's coming out. I'm like, this is some nonsense. So here comes this young lady. She's coming out with her cell phone in her hand. And I said, "I'm here to pick up an order." So she went to go get the little scanner. And I said, "I'm really sorry for interrupting your phone time." That's how we started. But she didn't say anything to me. I said, I'm really apologize because, by that time I'm annoyed. And I'm like, then if people are picking up orders, why isn't a person standing there waiting for somebody? Even if people are coming in the fitting room, the store hadn't closed. It was like 7 o'clock, a little after 7. So she gives me my pack. She didn't say anything. She was really good. She didn't say nothing back to me. She just scanned my packages and gave them. So I stood off to the side. It was like a little table there to open my packages because I wanted to make sure. Sometimes I don't want to leave the store and find out maybe I don't want it and I could just do the return while I'm here. Okay. So I'm going to take a deep breath before I come to this point right now. So I'm standing. It's like close to the
Always some
men's
shit with
department.
her.
Because I don't understand what the problem is with you opening up your package there in
No.
the store. That's
Yeah.
just
So
like checking your bag before you
yeah.
pull off from the
Yeah.
drive-through.
I'm through. Okay. So here comes this guy. I see him coming. He had a pair of pants in his hand. So he touched me. He touched my arm and said, "Excuse me, do you work here?" I said, "Sir, do you see I have an outdoor coat on? What would make you think I work here?" This black guy was over in the corner. He had a smirk on his face, but he shook his head like, "Really?" I said to him, I told him, I said, "I have an outdoor jacket on, an outdoor coat. What makes you think I work here?" It was cold Saturday night. Why would I have a coat on in the store? Who the hell is wearing a coat in the store that, unless the store was freezing and it wasn't, you would just put on a sweater. They wouldn't allow you to walk around in the store with a coat on. I used to work for
Right.
Nordstrom department store. They don't do that. So I'm like, I said, "You 8.5 by 11s kill me." That's what I said. He said,
Okay.
that little girl that was back there in the dressing room, she came rushing out. She came running out to help that guy. Are you kidding me? Are you
I'm
kidding
trying.
me?
No, because wait, I'm still trying to figure out how to incorporate 8.5 by 11 into my everyday life conversation. I anything you
I
say
didn't start
after
that.
eight and a
I got
half by
that from somebody on
11.
TikTok. Yeah, so I'm not gonna say I own it, but 8.5 by 11. You know what it is. I said it. The
Woo!
black guy looked over like, no, she didn't just say that. I said,
That's so
"You 8.5 by 11s kill me." That's how exactly I said it. I'm like, "How dare you come in? First of all, you touch me. That was the first
Yeah,
problem. You
that was
don't touch
my
anybody."
issue.
I could understand
Yeah.
you saying, excuse me, do you work here?" But mofo, what made you think I worked there and had a full coat on? A jacket.
No, why would you
A
touch
down
me?
jacket. Why
Just
would
don't
you
touch
touch
me.
me? Don't touch
And
me.
if
I'm
I
like,
did,
yeah,
you still shouldn't
you
touch
shouldn't touch me.
any.
Yeah.
Mm,
He saw me just unpackaging the thing, but that was my right. But I had on a jacket. I never took the jacket off because I was in there to run. You know how you running in to pick up. But yeah, he never looked, girl, he never looked at me. This white woman went running as soon as I said it. I saw her skid about
golly.
like she get ready to go and blow. But I didn't get
Oh my
real loud
God.
with him. I didn't act ghetto with him. But I did turn. I think it surprised him when I said exactly.
Here with y'all. Y'all pray for me.
That's
I'm
exactly.
stuck between these two damn Tauruses every freaking week. Pray for me, okay? They're out of control.
Yeah, exactly. It says it all. My mom said, "Well, Tuesday, somebody could come up." I said, "Mom, no way. I'm never going up to somebody asking did they work in the store and had a full damn coat on, a
Or
jacket,
touch them.
or
Or
touch
touch
them."
them.
I'm like,
I can't get past you touching me. Don't
"No, that was
touch
I was
me.
like, he touched my arm like this." I said, I looked at him. He said, and then when I looked at him, that's when he said, "Excuse." He said, "Oh, do you work here?" I just gave him this look like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, oh yeah,
I
he
said,
was serious.
"He was,"
Doggone it.
because when I said I have an
Mhm.
outdoor coat on, what makes you think I work here? Just
He
tell me.
probably wasn't paying attention to detail. You know, he's a man in a
He touched
store.
my damn jacket. What the
What was
hell you
that?
talking about? He wasn't paying
I
attention to
agree. I
detail.
agree. I agree. He should not have
He
touched you.
touched my arm, so he knew
I
it
was
was a
just talking
jacket,
about. I was just talking about your work.
and that's why I said what I said. And I'm standing 10 toes down. You 8.5 by 11s, kill me. with your privilege BS. Okay, but that was it. That was the highlight of Saturday. I had to leave. I had to go home. I ain't gonna lie to you because I'm giving up sugar for my Lent.
It's
So,
lit. They got the raw.
girl, I'm already stressing. I said, what am I going to do? I had fresh squeezed some orange juice. I put that and took me two. Did you hear me? 2 shots of Grey Goose and put that in that damn orange juice because I was done. By the time I got home, I was just done. I hadn't even drink.
It's
We
a
went out to
bad
dinner.
time
I
to
didn't
give
even
up
drink.
sugar.
It is.
It's a
I,
bad
I didn't even
time.
have it. My aunt had her a drink, and I said, no, I'm not drinking no sweets. I'm not having no wine. Just give me the bottled sparkling water. That's what I did in the lemon. So, I was being real good. Listen, I got that fresh squeezed orange juice and popped it in a glass and put 2 shots of Grey Goose in that bad boy. That's how stressed I was because I knew, that's natural sugar, so I could do that. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I'd had to have me a candy bar.
Yeah, I was like I was over it by that time. So people, y'all need to stop. Y'all really need to either go get some counseling and some help. But y'all need to stop because this is going. I mean, I had saw something on you on I think Instagram where this white woman spit at this woman because she sat too close to the husband or some nonsense. And I'm like, y'all gonna have to stop because first of all, you spit at me. I would be her and the kids there. He would have had to put his hands on me because there would be no way you would have got to spit at me, and I would have been like, because I ain't that girl. I've been like,
It's just
what?
so tense out here. It's
It is.
very
It really
tense, and
is.
people need to just keep their distance. Just keep
Keep your
just everybody
hands to
relax.
yourself
Yeah, keep your
and
distance,
mind your. And
relax,
I
and
didn't I say this last
yeah,
week. Mind the business that pays your ass. I'm
because
minding
you're
my
gonna come
own
across
black
the
ass
wrong one.
business. Yep, you are. I was getting ready to go off on him
Hmm.
like, and I said, no, you can't be acting the fool at the store. I didn't even see the black guy until I turned my head. And he just shook his head like that guy came up and asked that woman, "Did she work here?" I just looked at him like, but I think the thing that caught everybody off when I said, "You 8.5 by 11s just kill me," because they do. That's right. Please raise it. Anyway, that was me.
I'm on mute.
Okay. I'm like, what happened? And we like tapping our ear.
My weekend was pretty quiet compared to weekdays. Yeah. So I did go to this it's a brunch spot and they did like brunch after dark and they had live
Hmm.
music. So I was like, okay, let's go check it out. I know you girls are, you ladies are coming up in a couple months for our girls weekend in Atlanta. So I said, I'll see if this is one of the brunch spots that we can, visit when y'all come down.
Uh-oh.
It
I
was
guess we
not
won't
set
be
up
visit.
for live music for one. And that's why I went because y'all know how I feel about my
Yeah.
music. The
Yeah.
sound there was no sound system really because they're a restaurant, they do brunch, they don't do music. So
Wow.
the sound wasn't that great. The way the restaurant is set up, they have these booths so you can't really see the band. So I told her, I'm not sitting here. I can't see the band. So she moved us. The food was kind of pricey for the little bit of food that you get. I had ordered a whole red snapper on with some grits, which I was super excited about. The snapper was about this big,
Mm,
cost me $40.
mm,
Woo! Was it a
So I was
limited
mad.
menu? Was it
No,
an
it was a
only?
brunch. It was a full
It
brunch,
was
the
a
full brunch menu
okay.
that they always have. So my husband had like, some, French toast and some eggs, sausage. But even that was like 20 something bucks.
mm, mm, mm.
Then we get the check and they didn't added an entertainment fee. First of all, the entertainment was we got there at 7:30. The entertainment was supposed to start at 8.
Mm.
We get there late. We get there probably our reservation was 7:30. We probably didn't get there till about 7:45. They just in there setting up. So the entertainment don't even start till about 8:30.
Mm.
Then they take a break at 9. I guess because they was gonna take a break at 9 from their 8 o'clock set, but you didn't start till 8:30. Why the hell are you taking a break? I left. I was like, give me my check. Let me go.
They have to work out the kinks on that one. They
Mhm.
apparently cannot could they not handle an after hours crowd? Like what
and it was
the
packed.
food?
It was packed.
Oh,
So the food was good. It was just very
right.
pricey. So the food
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
for
The
the
snapper was
quantity.
yeah, the snapper was like, but it was a baby snapper. I said, "Where the hell y'all get this snapper from?"
What you say? They
Like,
gave you a guppy.
yeah,
That the cheek.
because
They gave you a guppy.
I don't mind paying for a snapper. I know usually a snapper gonna cost you about $35, $40. So I
Mhm.
had planned, that's what I was gonna get because I had looked at the menu. But I'm thinking it's gonna be a decent sized piece of fish. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? But whatever. Um, so and then they don't tell you that there's an entertainment fee. So you get your check and then there's a $10 entertainment fee on there.
Mm-mm.
But
Somebody went
we
Per
out
ain't
to
going
person
there.
or just per
Thankfully, it
table?
was per table. A lot of times
yeah.
out in Atlanta, it's per person, but thankfully it was just per
Right.
table.
And most
And
of
then
the times they will take that at the door.
Yeah.
mhm. No, they added it to your ticket. They added the 18% gratuity. So that bill came to like $90, and I'm like, we didn't even eat that
Wow.
much.
Damn.
I was
And you
hot.
didn't really get entertained either? Shit.
Are
Mm-mm.
I
they
was hot
adding gratuity automatically for parties under
Yeah.
5?
Yep. In Atlanta. Hmm.
in Atlanta. They will add gratuity when you go to pick up food
Yep. The
to
food.
go.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes. Yes,
But there's
ma'am.
certain
they're
places I don't
allowed. That's
do.
allowed. Well,
I
I
forgot
guess
they call
so.
it something different. But
Yeah, they
I
call it. Yep.
typically don't do to go places that do that because
Mm-mm.
why am I paying you? Because
You
what am I
call
Right.
in an
paying you
order.
for?
Yep. You call in an order. I mean, shit, you might as well just wait for DoorDash to bring it to your damn house. If I'm
And
gonna
I
Right.
can
pay a
If I'm
gratuity,
gonna
understand.
get in my car and drive
yeah.
to you and
Well,
pick it up, I
that's
might as well
right.
Right.
pay
Yep.
DoorDash fees.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You
Mhm.
could take those same fees and apply it to DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever
Mm-hmm.
else is out there. Grubhub.
Mm-hmm. But that's how they
Wow,
doing
I
it in the
had no
ATL.
idea. I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea. And the fact that you're adding the gratuity on a bill that's under 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
that's shocking. I always understood the 5 and above. You just want to make sure that
But I will say this. Um, did we lose Bookworm?
Yeah, I think
We
we
may
did.
we may have lost Bookworm.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for her to connect again, what I will say is that I will say this about Atlanta. They have good customer service. Even though they're charging 18% gratuity, I usually always get really good customer service. So,
They need
um,
to be.
yeah,
Because
so
here, a
I
gratuity,
can't complain too much.
I think people don't realize a gratuity doesn't need to be given. I mean, it's pretty much a tip. It's a service fee.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, if you're not giving me the service that I asked for, why am I giving you a gratuity?
Right. So I mean, I
So they
probably
have
would
to be.
complain if the service was horrible, but what I will say is that I've always had pretty good service.
okay.
Um in most of these restaurants. And I tend to do like black owned restaurants because there's so many of
Hmm.
them out here. So that's what I typically go to. And the service is always fabulous. Sometimes the service is slow, but
Hmm.
they're very nice. I mean, and I think it's a southern thing. They're just sweet here. Like sometimes I can't even get mad at these people because they're just so nice. Like even when
It's
you
the
cussing them out,
hospitality.
like weekdays situation, they would have just been like, "Oh, okay, ma'am, no problem." Like they would have just been just as sweet as pie. Like it's hard to get mad at these people out here.
Right,
So
right.
my daughters, they Jersey bred, so they just like this is like I don't understand why these people are so okay.
See, I get down there and I get pissed. I gotta pump my gas. So,
Yeah,
I'll be like,
I still miss that.
What?
I still miss that moving
Oh
from Jersey to
yeah.
Delaware.
Do you come
Yeah,
over?
not too often. When I do come to Jersey, I'll have somebody do my gas, but for the most part, like
This
today, I had
is
to fill up the tank. I just, have learned to, because the only two places that do it is New Jersey. That you don't pump your gas is New Jersey. And I think Oregon, you used to not have to pump your gas. I think now
Connecticut.
they turned the law that you now have to do so. But when I was in Oregon, please don't ask me why I was there. Um, you did not,
I won't.
girl. Um, you did not have to pump your gas, but girl, we were in some place where, ooh, I saw the
God.
flags flying, and I was like, "Oh, me and my girlfriend, they were having a parade, and I kept saying, and the lady was like, "Oh, I'll pump your gas." And I'm talking about when I say she was a woman, probably almost 60, pumping gas at the gas station. We were at some town that I don't even want to tell you. I don't know where I was at. I just know I needed to get the hell out of there, and my girlfriend
You
was
ain't kidding.
panicking because we were in the mountains. We started coming and going to the mountains to go down to the beach because she had never gone to. She said, "Oh, I just want to go to the beach." Girl, that beach was almost 4 hours away. When I got to Oregon, I said I should have done my first instinct, and I know I'm gonna tell you, I wanted to go to Nordstrom's. They was having their anniversary sale,
You gonna get another
and
Nordstrom's is what you gonna
and
do.
I should have caught the train. I should have caught the
Mm.
Amtrak because y'all know I don't really like to drive. I spent all day driving that whole day. We went to the beach. She stood there for 30 minutes on that beach. I said, "Girl, I could just beat you down." And then I had to get back out of those mountains, and we were in some town. I couldn't even tell you where we were at. I don't even want to remember, in Oregon. And I was trying to hustle back. Look, and let me be really clear. I was staying in Seattle at the time, working on a project. I was working for who else but Costco. I was on a project with them. So I stayed in Seattle for a month and a half, um, before I would come back and forth because that plane ride every week was killing me.
Oof.
5.5
Oof.
hours up and 5.5 hours
Oof.
back down. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. So
Oof.
All right, ladies. So let's get into the tea. What's going on in these streets this week? It's so
It's a
much going on.
lot. It's a lot.
First, I want to give a shout out to R. Kelly. I know we're not listening to R.
okay,
Kelly.
okay.
I know we're not listening to R. Kelly right now, y'all. But can I just say this man that got on the residuals challenge?
What else he got better to do?
And when they said
You
you
know,
got 2 minutes on this call,
He been waiting for those 2 minutes all his
he
damn life.
said, "Where my check at?
check
Where my
that.
money at?
I made
Where
you
are my
billions.
residuals?"
Where my residuals? I said, I like. He said, this ain't about no woman.
Nope.
He said, ain't about no female. This is about my checks. Nobody
Oh
put
my
no
God!
money on my
Listen,
books. Oh my
I have
God.
listened to quite a few of those challenges, and I have to
Uh-huh.
say, hands down,
Okay.
so far, I give R. Kelly.
I did
Okay.
not have that on my bingo card.
RK. Y'all can keep saying what y'all saying about RK, but they still playing all Diddy's music.
Oh, they
And,
play all of that,
let
but
me just be
they
clear.
should.
But let me be clear. At R. Kelly's house, nobody found all that damn baby oil. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So, but you know what? RK keep because they say he is doing music and he's been doing music while he's been there.
Yeah, he
So
has
yeah.
he accidentally came on someone else's podcast. There were two women, I think, and I don't
Hmm.
know their podcast name. I'm so sorry. Um, but they talk to inmates. They have a podcast that's geared around talking to inmates around reform and different things like that. And the person that they were interviewing just so happened to say, "Hey, I'm in here with R. Kelly."
Yeah, we lost her again. She'll come back.
He
Yeah,
sung another song for him and everything.
okay.
Did I freeze again?
Yeah,
You did, but
Oh,
it's
I'm
all
back.
good.
it's all good. You back. You came back real quick this time.
Hey, girl.
That's cause that's because they wasn't no I ain't had no business talking about nobody R. Kelly.
So
I
let's
But
like
talk
I
at
said.
any
about
rate, he was on an interview with some podcasters, and it was good for them because they had no idea he was coming on as being a guest from a guest that was incarcerated with him.
yes. So let's talk about Wendy. And listen, I'm gonna just say this: what she did, if that don't prove that that woman is okay, I don't know what else will. I mean, you dropped a note down, got them to take you to the hospital, and give you a test to prove that you ain't crazy. I
She
wonder
got
what's
it.
gonna come of this. I wonder what's gonna come out this
Oh,
because
it's
I heard
already
that
coming.
her, yeah, I heard that her, what do you call the lady that
The
is in charge of
Guardian,
her?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
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 Guardian.
Guardian
Guardian.
is trying to get her into a more restricted
They
building
get ready to move her.
now.
They're getting ready to move
Mhm.
her. They have a judge that sided with her. The judge does not like the way Wendy is speaking out. I'm thinking everyone is in cahoots together. I'm just going to say that someone is really trying to shut Wendy up. That's number one. And they're trying to take her. I mean, if I'm just curious to see, does she even have any money left? Now they're putting her in a more restrictive. You know how much money that's going to cost? And that's coming from her own money. She is paying for the
Mhm.
facilities
Yeah.
that she is in. So thank God she was able to walk out with the police, go to the hospital, it was all planned. Chess, not checkers. And they asked the doctor for an independent test, a test done by an independent. She
Mhm.
refused to leave the hospital until they did it. The doctors even had to go check with their legal team, and boom, test was given. She passed, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
They're
she went to
hoping they
Lennox.
could use that test for the courts to deem her now or to reverse the decision or whatever they may be. However, she is right now in trouble, and they want to move her to another restricted facility, as if they're allowing her to have any restrictions lifted from the facility she's in right now. She's on a locked floor,
Well, she's
dropping
going to be
notes
on
out
the
of the window.
she's going to be on the View on Thursday.
Yes, Friday,
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday. Yeah,
I
it's
think
going
they're,
to
yep,
air Friday,
they're,
but she's
yeah, they're
actually
doing
going
it
to interview
tomorrow.
her on, yeah, tomorrow. Um,
Hmm.
I always did say Wendy was playing chess. I've said it before. I do think that, in my honest opinion, no, I don't think she needs to be in the facility that she's in. This is really just too restrictive. This is too crazy. But I am concerned about her ability to stay sober. Um, that's been her biggest problem, right? Staying sober, staying off of the narcotics, and that's really the only thing I could think of that I feel that there should be concern about, because it seems like when there's crisis, and it's with all of us, so let's all kind of, be honest with ourselves. When there's crisis, like you said, Miss Bookworm, I would have be eat myself through sugar, right? I mean, and I know that's what I do
Yep.
when it's crisis.
That's her
I'm
coping.
that's my coping mechanism, is to eat um junk and whatever, or curse you out, one or the other, whichever feels more pleasurable at that time. So I will just say that that's the only thing I worry about Wendy, but I always thought Wendy was playing chess.
But I
I think
never thought she should be in a locked facility
no, I don't
because
think I
she's
don't
an
think it should
you
have got that
know?
far. I don't
Right.
think it
And
was.
that's the problem.
I think it wasn't that far before. And for some reason now it's gotten just to the point where now they're putting in a facility where they're locking her down like she's a mental patient. She went to Lennox Hospital to get this done, and I'm pretty sure in Manhattan. I just think that, what are you scared of? What's the fear that if she comes and she's getting herself together? I understand the fear of the family taking over again because of the fear of the son. And she admitted her son was the one that kind of screwed her in a way to get her to this point where she was. But we all need to be a grown up. Wendy, you were drinking and you were drugging and you weren't paying attention to what was going on around you. And so, unfortunately, people are known to take advantage, and family is, I'll say it, family's the worst. And they will come and take more advantage than anybody else, and that's where the disappointment is. I hope it all fares out well for Wendy. That's my
It
commentary on
has
it.
to. It
Yeah.
really, really has to. It's almost like they're putting her in inhumane positions. She cannot be held captive if she's competent. Or why why can't she live on her own? Why can't this 60-year-old woman who has proven she's competent, and even if she has, who said, why does she have to be there and have no access to the outside world and has to get permission and all of those things in this amount of time? She has been in a locked facility without any visitors at her will, or be able to go out at her will. Now, I did hear that they had moved her to that floor because she started drinking again.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. Okay, so they moved her to, I still can't understand why she is in this facility and not in the care of her family, and still have a guardian over her money, but you're locked away in a room. That blows my mind. That you are jailed essentially for what? It is her rights are being, her all kinds of rights are being violated there. So I'm glad that she has her niece, and she also has an advocate that's working on her behalf. Um, and like you say, trying to get into the court system and trying to get her out and assign someone else. And the type of person who has to be your guardian has to be bonded. There's levels. So even if her sister Wanda, who is a lawyer, she would have to go through all the steps to becoming bonded in order for her to be even be a guardian and be okay with the courts. So there's a lot of steps and procedures to all of this, but I just can't understand why she has to be locked away in a facility. That it just, you can't make me understand. You can't make me understand.
Yeah, I agree. So let's move
Free
on because I want
Wendy.
to. Oh gosh, so let's move on. I want to talk about a couple of young ladies in the news recently that have chose violence. They woke up and chose violence, y'all. So the first one I want to talk about, and why they got to be from Virginia, I don't understand.
Ooh.
But was the track runner. Her name was is Alea Everett. I believe that's how you say her first name. And she's been charged with assault and battery after a viral video showed her seemingly,
Mm.
allegedly hitting another runner whose name is Kaylin Tucker with her baton. So she's on, she's out here crying, saying it. She knows that's what it looks like, but that's not what happened. I mean, I don't care. Every angle I've seen it from says she did that intentionally.
I
And
agree.
I think now she's crying and she's trying to save face because this is serious. And even when she's crying and she's talking about how she didn't do it, she's not looking that interviewer in the eye. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I'm like, girl, you ain't a good
Girl,
liar.
she somebody done, put some Visine down in that one eye because that's the only eye that I saw was tearing. Okay,
The one that was running.
the one that was running. Okay. Her mom even, came out. Her dad is saying that the young lady was too close to the lane. The coach was saying the other young lady was too close. Why was your arm up like that? I mean, that's my point. Is that your arm had to be normally when you're running those kind of relays, your arm is like right near your waist. It's that way. It's running like this. Okay. Not running and having your arm extended out. Like, why would you have your baton extended out when they tell you that for your body that it's easier to be doing this, right? Back and forth, back and forth. It gives you more of a chance. I didn't understand why her arm was up and what is it, flailing all over the place as she's trying to say to hit that other young lady. I thought that it was cruel. Um, and I truly think it was intentional. From every angle I've seen it, it looked intentional. And so, young lady, was it worth it? and they said, "Oh, she even tried to run and help her once she hit her." No, she kind of ran over
Mm-mm.
there and decided, "I need to get back on this track because I still want to win." And if it's all about winning, are we going to cheat? Are we going to do that? Is this another incident of what was that little white girl about the skating thing?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy
I already
Kerrigan.
had her
Yeah,
name written
the
down.
Nancy
Yup.
Kerrigan thing. I just think that intentionally this was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. And yes, you should be charged with assault and battery. You could really have hurt that girl much more seriously. Hitting somebody in the head with those batons are not for the weak at heart. That wasn't like a piece of paper. You hit her with something that could really have hurt her. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, that I mean, I kept looking at it over and over, and as I'm sure many people did, and they were showing it from the different angles, and it just gives me Nancy Kerrigan vibes.
Hmm.
It really
Yeah.
does. One thing in track, my daughter runs track, and they're actually going through their not their practices, their tryouts this week. And one thing they teach you is you don't run sloppy. Your hands aren't going to be flailed, especially
Hmm.
in that particular event.
Hmm.
You do not run sloppy. You need space between your lanes and things like that. I did not see her when she hit her. I saw her keep running. I didn't see
Hmm.
her stop immediately, like, oh shit, which is probably would have been my first reaction, like, oh my God, I just hit her, if it was truly an accident. Anything that I do that's
Right.
an accident, the first
Hmm.
human nature response you have is, oh my God, I just did this, or it's shocking
Yeah.
because it was an accident. That is what is in my heart that makes me think that she did that intentionally. Oh, you getting in front of me, and that
Hmm.
might have been her own natural response as well,
Hmm.
that competitiveness, that animal magnetism, that boop, and there you go.
Hmm.
So I think I know this isn't going to make sense, but she accidentally intentionally hit her, or intentionally accidentally. She meant it, but didn't give it a second thought not to mean it. It was her first reaction to see this child passing by her, and that is what her split second reaction was to do. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that. Um, and what's causing her to be all of, oh my God, now is because after you acted impulsively. And after you acted impulsively is when it dawned on you that you were wrong. You were so wrong. And that's where all of that's guilt, honey. That's guilt. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done it. Uh, but you did. Learning experience, and you're going to have to pay for that one way or another. They already got disqualified and all of that, but honey, no, 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 no. You're going to need to be, it's going to have to be
Hmm.
an additional punishment or consequence to to that bad choice you made.
Yeah. It's, I'm always telling my daughters, they're young adults now. They're both grown, but they're young. They're in, 19, 21. And I'm always reminding them that you can't put your hands on people. You cannot assault people. That is a crime.
Hmm.
And you know, you can't be doing that. Like you just can't. And people, I think the biggest thing that we have to learn, and I know especially at that age, nieces and nephews, your brain is still developing. You're not fully mature yet, but we have got to learn self-control. You cannot react impulsively because it can cost you so much. There was also this Maryland hairstylist. She's been charged with assault after, and she posted the video. So she posted
Hmm.
this viral video that showed her dragging a 15-year-old client
My
because she
God,
didn't pay
today.
her. Because she didn't pay her. at the end of the day, I understand that people are, walking out of your services and not paying you. You need to figure out some other policies to put in place. You need to have insurance for that kind of thing. But you cannot be dragging some 15-year-old or anybody for that matter because you're not getting paid. So she dragged her and told her to stay there till the police got there. Do you think
And
Mhm.
the
you want to
police
be a professional? You call
like
yourself a professional entrepreneur?
And
Well,
the
now she's
brother
getting death
claims
threats.
that he sent yeah, the brother claims he sent it to the wrong Cash
Mhm.
App.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
"Well, where was the mama at? Why is a 15-year-old being getting her hair done without somebody there to come pick her up, provide payment?" Like, I don't understand any of it, but we got to stop doing these impulsive things over something that is so irrelevant. This hairstyle was $150. You might lose your
Really?
license. You got
What
death threats.
license?
You might I
She
know,
might
right?
not even have
You
any.
might you might
Yeah,
you
because she
might
was
be
doing a
going
braid
to
out.
you might be going to jail. You might have to pay a fine. Your fine going to be more than $150
Mhm.
You ain't lying.
and you still ain't paid. And they could sue you because now you done
Mhm.
posted this video of this child being dragged. She could say that she got some kind of injury. Like
Mhm.
we gotta people.
Plus,
I don't
she's
know if
under
you
the
need to
age of
go walk
18.
walk in the grass barefoot. I don't know what y'all need to do to get y'all shit together, but we have got to stop being so impulsive. We got to learn how to meditate and
Mhm.
calm our shit down because the this stress and this anger and everything that people are holding on to, it can cost you everything. And y'all so
And violence.
And
Violence
she was
shouldn't be
18.
your
The
initial
girl,
reaction.
the hairdresser was 18. I think she had like one of those suites. And
Mhm.
Oh,
I want to say this because I do agree with you, V. It was $150. Girl, do you know that first of all, you did this to somebody that even though you might think she's not, she's considered adolescent. Yeah.
she
Uh,
is.
at 15, she's an adolescent. So now, not only did she wasn't your age. You're 18. You're an adult. You are an adult that put your hands on a child. Because she is considered a child. So I think that the death threats, they're just a minor piece of what you're going to have to really deal with. Um, if that young lady and her family presses charges, you definitely there's assault. It's called assault and battery. Um, the A and B. I don't know if you can see your way out of that, right? So you guys need to understand that your impulsiveness about $150, that's something that you should have called the parent. You should say, you need to get your mama here, your daddy here as soon as possible. No, I'm not going
Somebody
to let
had
you
to come
leave.
get her.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you leave the premise. She's saying that the young lady was leaving. By that time, you could have called the police and let them know that this young lady's leaving. She hasn't paid me. But this is where you do get the law involved. This is not something where you can take the law in your own hands because now you put your hands on a child. It's called okay, child abuse is what it's called. I don't you she might not look 15, but she damn sure is 15. And you put your hand on somebody's child and you're 18. You're at the age where you can be charged as an adult for what we call a crime. And it's an A and B, assault and battery, and child abuse on a child. So I don't know what part you weren't understanding in your concept of thinking about this $150. You must have really needed. You should have just done a GoFundMe page to ask somebody to give it back to you so you can get some groceries or whatever this was about. But this wasn't worth. Now you may lose your license. You might go to jail, or you might have to pay out to these people for any kind of the way you dragged her and dragged her hair because they showed that you dummy showed the
Asshole.
video. You showed the video. How stupid were you? Because you wanted to be now. You got your 5 minutes of social media fame. How well does it feel today? Because it don't feel as nice as it did when you posted it. That didn't need to be posted. Did not need to be posted. So you get what you
There
get too.
are there are consequences. I always say it to your reactions or to
Mhm,
your actions.
mhm,
Cause and effect. Now, all of this You're an 18-year-old. You're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to be an entrepreneur. My 15-year-old daughter, in which I have a 14-year-old who gets her braids done for that amount and higher. I don't give a shit what's going on. Somebody was going to have to pick her up, or like you said, weekday, once she left, call the cops.
Mhm.
But now let's take all of that out because cause and effect. In my humble opinion, this is what's going to happen. You are going to have to see me now because you decided at 18-year-old adult put her hands and drug my 15-year-old daughter. Now her mama got to get involved. So death threats are that's neither your concern. Once I got
Mhm.
there, you would not have been able to post any of that. None of that would have went down because I did hear her mom speaking afterwards saying she was on the phone trying to explain it
Mhm.
was sent to the incorrect cash app. This could be rectified ba 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 ba. But no, you decided to sweep your floor with my kid, pulling her by her fresh braids. I don't know if all of you out there know how fresh braids feel.
Mhm.
That was very, very painful. Very, very
Except for
painful.
these
You
ones I
had
just put in my head because
Mhm.
they're already halfway out when I just put them in.
but you have no business treating that child like that behind $150 or a payment that was sent to the wrong and you had her mom on that that was not how to handle that. That was not how to now all of us got to be up in court. Now all of us are in trouble because now
Yes.
I got to beat your ass and tear your shit up
Mhm.
because you just used my daughter as a broom, as a Swiffer.
And then posted it. That's the part that gets me. Like,
She
you
Yeah,
would
wouldn't have been
picture
able to.
angry.
yeah.
She
She
would
looked
not have been
so
able to.
angry. She looked
Yeah, she
so
was
angry in that
angry,
video and then posted it for
but then
everybody.
tried to
Was you trying to
justify
make
it.
a are you trying to make
Yes,
like an example out of her? Like, what are you
Yeah,
right.
doing?
And
but
justified it.
and
Well, what
just
was
and
I
tried to
supposed
justify
to do?
supposed to do.
That wasn't my
Yeah.
fault. It wasn't my fault. It was sent to the.
You need
I
to
was going
change your
to cut them out.
policies.
And
Change your
Yeah.
she wouldn't have
policies.
to. She'd
Get
be
some
done.
insurance, sue
Her fingers
people,
be broke.
like figure something else out, but that is not how you recoup your money. I'm
That
Mm-mm.
would have
sorry.
been the last time you put any braids in
Mhm.
anybody's hair for a long time because I'd make sure your fingers would not work. You
Mhm.
dragging my daughter through your shop and then gonna post it, record it, and post it, and double down on it. Yeah,
Mhm.
your fingers aren't gonna work for a while, sweet pea.
Mhm.
Let me turn this around. I'm not advertising for Dunkin'.
No, she did not. Yeah, we don't get no paid sponsorship.
Oh,
Uh-uh,
Where's
we're not getting paid
our
what?
sponsors.
residuals?
Yeah, we're not getting no residuals from that. That's right, our residuals.
All right, so let's get into this. I wanted to talk about this last week, but we kind of ran out of time. This incident that happened at Southern University with the Omegas
Mhm.
and this young man losing his life while pledging. So I'm gonna probably ruffle a couple of feathers. I'm not part of a sorority. My husband's part of a fraternity, but I'm not part of a sorority. So I may ruffle a few feathers because they're gonna be like, "Well, what the hell you know? Because you ain't part of a sorority." What I do know is that
Shit, that
if
much.
you gonna call me a brother and you gonna call me a sister, I don't understand why I gotta go through these humiliating, violent rituals to join this so-called brotherhood and
Mhm.
sisterhood. Make that make
Say it.
sense.
Say it.
For y'all to sit there and punch these men in the stomach 4 times. What part of brotherhood is that? Like, what the fuck does that, like, I'm confused as to why I have to go through that kind of ordeal to be a part of your brotherhood. And I say this because it's happened so often. You always hear about fraternities and sororities, being suspended on campuses because of the shit that they do. And now there's a young man who has lost his life trying to be a part of this so-called brotherhood.
And
And
not the first one. He's
not the
not the
first one.
first.
And he won't be
That's
the
the sad
last.
part.
He
Uh-oh.
won't be the last. And I just it's just sad. And then for y'all to change his clothes. Like but this is what we were talking about too, right? The steps that y'all made after y'all were doing something y'all shouldn't have been doing it in the first place, which was beating these kids up. And then the steps that you took after that and how you dropped him off at the hospital and changing his clothes. Like y'all about to serve some time in jail, in prison because you just couldn't be honest about what you were doing in that warehouse. And now you'd have made it even worse for yourself. It was already
Mhm.
bad. But now you got more people involved, more people gonna be in prison, more people gonna be charged with some shit. And I'm just like, young people, y'all got to start thinking. Y'all got to start doing better. And listen, I got a lot of friends that are in sororities and fraternities. Like I said, my husband's in a fraternity, right? But you cannot allow yourself to be humiliated and beat up to join a so-called brotherhood and sisterhood. It is just not worth it. I don't care how many perks you're going to get in life. I don't care how many hookups you're going to get, how many parties you're going to attend. It is not worth it. That's not brotherhood and sisterhood, in my opinion. And, God rest his soul. But I think it's time for us to start as a community to start talking about these things and being honest with ourselves because this has happened way too many times. What's your thoughts?
I agree. This Divine Nine
Mhm.
thing, and let me tell you, I had an opportunity to join a sorority, but I got damn sisters, and I don't like them all the time. Okay. So I damn sure don't know for somebody that is not really my sister, but we're sister in community. I'm gonna be careful about who I pick to be part of my community. So I'm gonna be really honest with you, and I know I'm ruffling some feathers as I say this, but those rituals, whatever they are, I'm not saying I know what they are. I'm saying whatever they are, I agree with you, V. How dare you humiliate me and then you want to turn around and call me your sister or your brother? My sister or brother are not going to humiliate me on the street. Now we might fight, like you said, kids fight at home. We might fight as brothers and sisters in the house. When we hit those streets, we listen. You talk about my sister, I'm coming for you. Now here in the house, I might say, "Oh, this, that, and other about her," but that's my sister. That's my blood sister. So I always felt as though I already got blood related sisters, and any other people that I have felt that sisterhood with, we were deserving of each other because our respect for each other and the things that we brought to the table. And I don't ever hear, and I'm not saying what I know from stories of hearing what's going on, but we all have been in college. All three of us have been in college. It's not like we're new to this, and we are aunties. So we're talking about 20, 30 years ago. This shit was going on then. It hasn't changed, and something needs to change. This needs to be a better way of determining what sisterhood and brotherhood looks like. And V, you're right. I don't care about them damn hookups. I've lived this long and got my own damn job. I could have also have been asked to do it in a graduate chapter, and I have
Mhm. Mhm.
declined.
Mhm.
Um, because there's still nonsense with it. There's still
Mhm.
nonsense. Please believe grown ass people asking you to do stuff that as a grown up I'm not going to see myself do. So nothing against people that do that sisterhood. You divine nine. God bless you. You hung in there, and that's what you wanted to do for yourself, and that's where you saw your college experience or even your undergrad, your excuse me, graduate experience to be. For me, I'm going to pass on that one, but I'm going to say y'all need to do better. This should never have happened. And the lie and say y'all were out in a park when y'all were out in some vacant um, factory or wherever you were at is horrible. And to redress that young man, you knew he was gone already. It's just deplorable. People, why are you hiding behind your lies? You knew what you did was wrong. And somebody should have said we were doing something. Even somebody said we were playing football would have been better than you saying the lie that you told.
I'm trying to
It's just
tell you,
horrible.
just wrestling, a fight
Yeah,
club. Shit.
yeah, shit. I mean, come on now. But the lies you told, you deserve to go to jail. And young men, and y'all all are college. Most of you are college graduates. Young men, that's how you want to start your life off. That's what you see. See, we already got somebody in the office with 34 felonies. Uh, they dropped D, they dropped DEI people, so they might not accept your felonies. Okay, after you spent and somebody spent that money, student loans or whatever that is that you wasted on some bullshit tip, um, I won't be crying for you. Mm-mm. I'm crying for that parent. I'm crying for
Hmm.
them because I feel as though your son felt like he had to do something that was too detrimental for his life. And I think someone said, well, he wasn't, because they call him a name when you're not, your family members aren't in part of, and it's not like a legacy. I forget what they call it, and he wasn't considered legacy. So this wasn't like somebody in his family had been, yeah, oh yeah. They have a certain name
Yeah, I
because you
didn't
get
know
in
he
quicker.
wasn't.
You get in quicker when
Hmm.
somebody has been part of that particular group.
With
And
sponsorships and things.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Because
yeah. So
somebody
I
will
mean,
yeah, stand on your
it
behalf or
and
sponsor.
and for our nieces and nephews that are thinking about it or have thought about it, the expense of this, you're gonna beat my ass and I'm gonna give you money. Make it make sense. I mean, no, and they pay dues, and the dues are very expensive, and they get very expensive every year. But you pay just to get on the damn line. It's not cheap, and you're gonna get. I'm gonna give you my money so you can beat my ass. Psh, move on. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and I just want to
Think
say
about
this.
it.
I'm not saying that this happens in all
No,
sororities,
I'm not
all
either.
fraternities, and that it happens on all the campuses. But it happens enough that I think that there needs to be some awareness about it, and we need to talk about it, and some things need to change.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely we need to stop acting like, well, that's part of being part of the not the excuse me divine nine. That's not, and it shouldn't be acceptable. And I do agree with you. I'm not saying every place that they're doing that, but any place that they are doing it and it's being accepted is unacceptable. That you want
Right.
me to disgrace, even if you're not putting your hands on me, guys. There are other disgraceful things that are being done that you have to think about it. Do I want somebody disrespecting me so they can say I was a part of a sisterhood? I don't want to be a part of that. That's all I'm saying. No, it's not that somebody's getting killed, but there's a lot of disrespect that goes on when you're pledging on those lines. So we need to also be We need to be responsible to say that does happen.
It does.
So
It does. It really does. It happens more than we would ever know.
yeah,
It's very, underground, it's very hidden, it's very secret. Um the long term his death, Caleb is his first name, correct?
yes,
Caleb's death, uh for long-term networking and brotherhood, and that doesn't sit right with me. That does not sit right with me. It does take a lot of money to pledge. It does take a lot of money to continue to be inactive. When these things happen, not only should the chapter on the local, I guess on the school level, but nationally, there needs to be a lot more. And I don't know what the consequences are. For the record, I am not in a sorority. Tons of family, friends, but my husband and I, neither one of us are a part of a sorority or a fraternity. Um, However, it's low key, high key, however you want to take it. To me, that's gang initiation. Gang initiation. When you're talking about a brotherhood and a sisterhood who stand on community services, their mission is for people and to do right, and all of their missions across the board, all nine of them, it's supposed to carry that same mission. How do you get to that? How do you go through this to get through to that? Your mission and your community service and your activism and everything you stand for, once you cross, how come you can't stand for that while you're pledging? I understand that there is trust and loyalty and things of that nature that go into all of this, but for you to jump me in, physically jump me in to this brotherhood or sisterhood, does not sit right with me. Then it does not come a brotherhood or a sisterhood or a positive. It becomes a gang. If you have to jump me in and whoop my ass in, now I need to tell me to learn all the alphabet front and back, all your founders, their missions, whatever the history of all of that that I need to learn to show my loyalty, to show my trust, to show my knowledge, to show that I will stand by your missions and do the community service. But why do I need to stand there and watch you sleep all night? Or why do I have to do things that are going to impede on my mental health or on what I need to be doing or on my studies and everything? I just think stuff like that creates and takes a life on its own, and it's sometimes hard to reel it back in. And I think over the years, and I know how long some these fraternities and sororities have been in for centuries, some of them, what century? Let me get
Yeah.
that.
I was getting centuries. Yeah.
Century. So come on, we have to do better if we're going to be united. That is not, I can't unite with you that way. You can't, I can't pledge my love and my loyalty and my trust to my husband if he's whooping my ass before we get married and all of that. It's just, I can't trust you if we just went through 8 weeks of you humiliating me, not teaching me and showing me the way, but you have humiliated me to the point where I'm crippled. That hazing is too much. It goes too far. It's not right. And if more of these schools and chapters on a national level will be held accountable for some of these things that go on, then I think we can move in a more positive direction and reel this back in. I'm pretty sure the Divine Nine needs to restructure the way they bring you into their fraternities and sororities. I really do. But I don't know from firsthand experience what goes on, but there are too many people who have died behind pledging due to hazing that it's uncalled for, it's unnecessary, and it's unwarranted.
Yeah. And black
Unwarranted.
people, I don't want to hear you tell me about the white fraternities and sororities. We're talking
I've
about
seen
you,
them
Divine
all.
Nine.
Yeah.
We know they do it too, but it's that to say that this is acceptable by any standard. So if I see someone do it, I'm going to do it too. Mm-mm. I just don't think it's acceptable.
Initiations can don't have to be life threatening.
Mm-mm.
Okay? They just really don't. They don't. You can gain someone's trust and loyalty. And after doing that, I don't think I trust you anymore. Whooping up on me, humiliating me. Fuck you.
I know.
Sorry, y'all,
Mm-mm.
but to my friends and all of y'all, y'all did it. Have at it. The best I did was a mocha mom. And we all see how that ended up.
Child, listen. I ain't mess with nobody organization after that. But no. So listen, let's move on. Bookworm, do you have a I
I
know
have
it's
something.
International Women's Month. You got someone to tell us
I
about?
have something to tell you about. I just want to drop a little gem on women right now. Just to do some research. I'm going to give you something to research. If you are engaged, if you are married, or if you are getting ready to get a divorce, okay? If you haven't been married before and everything, just do your research and pass it on. But I'm going to tell you today about because we kept it non-political, I could throw this little political in there. I'm going to encourage nieces to go out and do some research on what is called the SAVE Act.
Hmm.
SAVE, SAVE Act. And I'm just going to do a quick overview of what it is and then do a deep dive for yourself. Look it up. Meet me back in the YouTube streets. Drop a comment down and let's discuss it. I'm on YouTube and let's just see what you think about this. The SAVE Act stands for hold on. Safeguard American voter eligibility. Okay. This is an act which aim to block non-citizens from voting. However, here in America, if you're not a citizen, you can't vote anyway. Okay. Smoke and mirrors, guys, smoke and mirrors. So these are a couple of things. This SAVE Act, it affects millions of Americans who don't have easy access to proof of citizen documents. Um, but the one I want everybody to look into is for married women. Married women who have changed their names would likely face additional requirements when you want to change your voter affiliation, maybe your address, if you did get married or are getting a divorce, everything. Up to 69 million American women changed their names after they got married, and therefore they do not have matching birth certificates. Okay. And that is one of the main documents that you're going to need. So I just want you to go out, look up the SAVE Act, read all about it. Women, we just got the right to vote. And mind you, we were the last ones in 1920. All right. It was the 19th Amendment that gave us the right to vote. So there are a lot more documents that are going to be needed to prove that you are a citizen and all of this. But when you already registered to vote, you already proven your citizenship. They are trying to enact these bills that is going to make it a lot harder. Do your research. Voter registration would likely require now a visit to a government office. If all of these things come
Hmm.
into place and you don't, that's time. There's not, we already see people are losing their jobs in the government. All right. Please have your shit together. Get your things together. Make sure you have all documents and read what you need. We're telling you what's out there. You're not going to find it on your own, and we need help in spreading the word. And I'm just going to tell because women, we were the last ones up. And married women, we make up a very high percentage of voters. Okay? So please take this time, look it up. It is going to affect women down the line. There's a lot more key details. Election officials have concerns over these new policies and things like that, but it is a Republican backed and introduced bill. So please do some research on it. It is called the SAVE Act, SAVE. Meet me in the comments. Let's discuss.
Yes, definitely. And I, I'm not gonna say I'm 100% sure, but I think that you can use a passport
Hmm.
You can.
instead of your birth certificate, which is
Hmm.
helpful for married women because a lot of times your passport will match your social security card, your driver's license, that sort of thing. But if you don't have a passport, or if your passport is about to expire or something like that, you need to make sure that you got all your ducks in a row and that you're ready because they are doing
Real
any and everything,
IDs.
yes,
Yes.
that
You're
they
going to
can.
need real IDs
And
shortly. I re
I think most when you
Good.
renew that they are doing real IDs now, but most people's driver's license are good for years, like
Yeah.
years. So if you haven't been and you don't have a real ID, I don't care if it's going to cost you $50. It's a great idea to go do that because
Mhm.
especially if you don't have a passport, you're not even going to be able to fly without a real ID.
Mhm.
Domestically.
Yes. Yes.
So I encourage, go out and get your passport. Now,
Mhm.
I do have a friend who was trying to renew her daughter's passport during the government shutdown, well, within the last 50 days, and she hasn't been able to. So try. I just got my paperwork in the mail last week for renewing my license. The real ID goes into effect this year, May
In May.
7th.
Mhm.
May 7th. I have to renew my license by the end of April. I have to now go, I had to make an appointment online, and in order for my real I for it to become a real ID, I have to bring all of the documentation and everything.
Yep.
Another thing, I did not find this out until my son got his license last month. When you go up there, you're doing everything in person at DMV. You will not receive your license on the same day any
That's right.
longer.
Yep.
Now they're mailing it to you. You will have something to carry around in the meantime, but now they're mailing it to you. I haven't renewed my license in 4 years.
And
Who
this is my
knew?
thing about the save thing, right? If I got a real ID, if that's now something that's being required of me, why the hell do I need to show you any other type of anything?
You
If I
already
got a real
did.
ID or if I have a passport, that means I have been fully vetted.
Okay.
I'm
So I'm
confused.
okay. So
Because they
real
wanted
ID,
it's
you do
Go
get
ahead.
vetted. But if you still
Yes.
have an old ID, remember this. If you still have an old
Talking
driver's
about the
license,
fact that, even to
I know.
fly, they're requiring real IDs. So if I have a real ID with this SAVE Act, why do
I'm
I
getting
still
ready to
need to
finish
show you this
about the
other
voter.
information? Yeah.
I'm getting ready to tell you, because you can get a driver's license without being a citizen. Remember that. Guys, think about this. You can get a driver's license and be on like a green card. You don't have to be a citizen, a US citizen yet. So that is why, and not to take up because I sent you the information about the Save Act what 2 months ago. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, you can get a driver's license without being a full U.S. citizen, and that's the problem, right? So now you can't just. I mean, you couldn't go to vote because on your driver's license it would be some type of identifier that lets them know that you're not a citizen there, right? Because you had to put I'm a U.S. citizen. Now the real ID declares you as a citizen because now it's going through pretty much the same kind of activities as you would do with the passport, right? With your
Because you need the
passport,
six
Right.
points.
So
yeah,
that's
you
You
what
need.
I
need the
that's what
six
I mean.
points.
Like, so if
Okay,
I have
so
a real ID, why can't that suffice with safe? Because
but
with save, because that means that I have been vetted as a US citizen if I have a real ID.
so and what Miss Bookworm was saying, but if you haven't renewed your ID in so many months or so many years, then yeah,
Years. Hmm.
we
Right, I
have those people
understand
with that
that.
problem.
But
Okay,
but
and
if
then
I'm
if
looking
you
at save correctly, even with the real ID, they are asking for other identification.
exactly
And
Additional
because
that's the
okay,
documentation.
problem.
okay,
That's the
because
problem
what
for me.
happens? Okay, so what happens is you come in with your birth certificate, right? You can get your real ID with just a birth certificate. Now, I know when I lived in New Jersey, they have the 9 points where if you bring your
Mhm.
passport, that's a better identifier for your real
Right.
ID. Okay,
Right.
Right.
because your passport has been vetted, you'll have the full name and whatever. But like I'm saying to you, V, it could be problems because if you just bring a driver's license, that don't mean damn. I mean, if you just bring your drive, you're coming in with getting that 9 point or whatever the system is. You're just bringing your birth certificate and a marriage license. Yeah, because most of the
I
time your
guess
birth
my thing
certificate
is
is not going to match your last name,
It's
and that's
not.
right.
really
That's it's
and,
the
But
and,
this
and
is
and
matching
that's
of
the
the
key.
names.
It's
but
the
I think that's
matching
It's
of
what
the
the
I'm
full
saying is
name.
matching
this
of the
is like
names.
really screwing people up because this is how I feel.
Yes.
If
Oh
you
But
need
yeah,
guess
to
what?
identify me as somebody that is legally a US citizen, if I have a real ID or if I have a US passport, I should not need to show you anything else
and you won't.
to
You
get
won't have to.
my Oh,
You
okay. See,
won't.
I thought if I had a
No,
real ID that
no,
I
no, no,
still had to
no,
show you
But you
something
got to go
else.
no.
through all of this. But how about the people that don't know? And
That's
now
what it
they're
Yeah.
is.
turned away
Yeah,
from vote.
Okay.
Now, look
That's
yeah.
how
what was
many
confusing
votes.
me.
I
Yep.
thought you were just
But
Okay.
look
saying when
how
you
many
went to
votes get
Mm-mm.
lost.
because remember
Or
Yeah.
how
how long it takes. How long does
you
it take to get your these
because
documentations and
remember
things like
that
that?
when you go and you go into and you move like we moved, you moved
Mhm.
V, I've
Mhm.
moved in the last couple years, you automatically get registered to vote. Did y'all know that? That in certain states they automatically register you to vote. You have
I
that
only get
option.
registered when I've gone to the DMV to get a new license.
Is that
They'll
well
they'll
when I
register me
is
to
that
vote.
it's but we moved so you had to go and get a new license, right? And
Right.
that's
Right.
my
Until
point.
then
That's
they
and
would
so
give me a
that's when it happens. You get registered
yeah.
to vote at that time. Most states work that way. So if you still are holding on to an old ID, then you got problems. So what I did, and I will just say this to everybody, Ms. Bookworm is right. Please go get your passport. This is the
Please.
easiest way to determine that you're a U.S. citizen. They
For
vet
your
you.
children
Everything's
too.
yeah for your children too. Now I was told that you should get your passport. Like mine's is going to expire next year. In November,
Mine too.
I
Yeah.
and then November of this year, I am going to go and start applying
Yes.
6 months earlier because that is
Yes.
what the recommendation is right now is that you apply 6 months earlier
Yep.
before your passport expires. Mine expires in May of next year. So I think
Mine
that's
expires next year as well. And I
yeah.
am
Mine does
now,
too.
if yours expires, so say mine expires in April of next year. So that's the fourth month. Let's go back. In November, if I try to use my passport of November this
That's
year,
right. Yeah.
since it expires within
Right.
6 months,
Six
they're
months.
not
No,
going to
not
let
on.
me use it.
Yup.
So
You have to show proof.
technically,
Yup.
your passport
Mm-hmm.
is not valid during your last six
No.
months that it expires. And they do that because if you go from here to Jamaica and for some reason get stuck or whatever the case may be, and your passport and that 6 months time your passport expires, now you have a whole new set
Mm-hmm.
of problems.
Yeah.
So this at the
And
end of this summer, I am no at the I have a trip to take in October. Right after that I have to
Yeah.
renew
6 to 9 months you should
my
be
yeah,
renewing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I just want to say this
or
since we're talking
else
about passports and then I
uh-huh.
know we'll move on. But for those single parents, if you're going to get a passport for your child, both parents have to
Mhm.
be
You
there.
have to
If
be
both parents are
intended. Yep.
listed,
Sign it.
if they're
Yep.
both listed on the birth
Birth
certificate,
certificate. Yep.
both of
They
them
have to
have to
be.
be there.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
keep that in mind when you're going to get a passport for your child.
Yeah.
And theirs only lasts 5 years, and you got
Exactly.
to pay the
And
same amount of money.
research before you make the
I know.
move. Don't just go to there. Google is your
Mm-hmm.
friend. Just plug in, what do I need to do? What do I need to bring? How many this or many months? Like I said, I am coming back at exactly the beginning of the 6 month mark from vacation, and I make it by one day. I'm coming back with exactly 6 months left. So soon as I come back, I have to renew it right away, or I will not be able to travel within the next, following 6 months after
Okay.
that. Yeah. And I would have never known that. It happened to somebody I know. Couldn't go. Couldn't go.
Yeah, I plan to get mine done sooner rather than later. I'm going to be renewing my daughters because I was waiting for them both to be of age. Because I'm like, I'll renew it one more time, but this whole 5 year, every 5 years is killing me. So now that they're both
Yeah.
officially adults, I told them I would renew it one more time for them, and then 10 years, you on your own, and I'll make sure my grandbaby got his, and then we gonna be good.
We good.
So, all right, let's get into our dirty laundry. Y'all know we gotta do laundry every week because if you don't, it's
Yes.
gonna be stinking, and our laundry is dirty
Girl,
as it is. So we don't need it,
Y'all
funky up in here.
stank.
girl, listen. Like I
Y'all
told
gonna
you, listen,
stank.
we gonna have to put this through a couple of washes. All right. So I'm letting y'all know. So the letter's called "I'm over this situation," and that's how the conversation starts. It start, "I'm over this situation," with exclamation marks. Aunties, I'm having a problem with my younger sister. She's a pain in the ass. I'm 34 years old and I'm getting married in October. My sister was engaged a year ago and they decided to break up. She has two kids by this guy. Well, this guy is going to be my brother in law. Okay, listen. I'm marrying his half brother. It sounds like a lot, but we found love after my sister broke up with his brother. I met him one day when he and my sister's ex came to pick up the kids. It was meant to be. She has constantly been trying to break us up since she has been bitter about how things went down about her engagement. I asked her and my best friend to be my maids of honor. The kids are going to be my flower girl and ring bearer. She wants to interject her wedding ideas on me, and I'm over it. Well, just recently, I told her I was reconsidering her position in the wedding. She had decided to schedule an appointment for the bridesmaids dress shopping and did not tell me. My best friend let me know that I was not invited. Now, how the hell that happens? I
How you
thought,
gonna do that?
yeah, I thought, are you kidding me? I'm the bride and I want to be there with my girls. Since then, she has been being a real bitch. She told me that since she is not part of the wedding, her kids will not be participating. I was letting it go, but I am now ready to beat her ass. She's been hanging around with my fiance's baby mama. He has a 5-year-old son with her. She had the nerve to invite that woman to my house. My sister is aware that the baby mama and I do not like each other. She is still holding on. I told her that it's over and she needs to get on with her life. I guess that's the baby mama. I don't know. Okay. We are having a destination wedding and we only invited family and close friends. Now I have had second thoughts about my sister coming since her ex had um someone new and he is the best man at the wedding. She is now begging to be a maid of honor again and asks if the kids can be in the wedding party. I think
No,
she's going to bring her
that's the
drama.
end of the letter.
Should I tell her she's not invited? My mom wants me to be more understanding and let her come, but I don't know. I do not want someone to ruin my day. What to do? She's not invited. I don't even know why this is a question. She's not invited. She's bringing too much drama from the damn door. First of all, you bring that damn baby mama to my house, I would beat her ass in your ass for
I'm
the mere
still
fact
trying
that
to
you
make
had
the
enough
connection
nerve.
there.
Okay. Well, I think what is going on is that it seems like her sister must have been with this dude, and
Right.
that's her baby's kid, her father, right? Her baby daddy, and I guess he has a half brother, and I guess the other sister just happened to meet him, and then they clicked. So there seems like some jealousy there because the baby
You think?
sister is not. Things didn't work out for her and this guy. And that's fine. That happens. I mean, we know life is happening. First of all, I want to say this, and we keep talking about this, nieces and nephews. So I'm going to help y'all out again, and I'm gonna say something that people don't like me to say. People spend more time picking out a fucking car. They pick out they spend more time finding that dress to wear to the club than they spend time looking for the right person to be the father or the mother of their children. Because I'm not just talking about fathers, I'm talking about the mother too. You do all of this, and I'm not talking about people that are young. I mean, we know young kids, it's puppy love. That's what we call it, right? Between the ages of 16 and 21, you got puppy love going on. But after you're old enough, over the big old age of 25 plus, you've dated a little, right? You should know the story. By the time you get 30, this is just unacceptable behavior. That you just having random kids by people that you didn't take the time to vet. So her sister's mad. Not only is she seems like she's not getting the man that she wants, or the father of her children, but now you turned around and hooked up with his brother, his half brother, whatever, but it's his brother, and now you found instantaneous love, and this man wants to marry you. And so your sister is good and jealous. She's mad. She's bitter. She needs to go get some damn counseling because she was making mistakes from the beginning. You think that if he brings his new woman to the wedding, you don't think she gonna come and show her ass with them damn kids too? Hell no. She need to keep her ass where she's at. I would tell my mom, mind your business. This is not the
Pretty
business of
much.
yours. Um, yeah, she will ruin your day. That's her intention. Her intention really is not. I don't. It's her jealousy for you, but it's the intention of ruining the day. Period, for anybody else, because knowing that her man is the best man, her ex is the best man, and he's gonna show up with somebody new. And she's known this. And please, guys, understand, she knew this from the door the minute she started doing these little shenanigans about inviting the girls' friends to go to a fitting or whatever they were going to, and they're the bridesmaids. You're not the damn bride. How you not? How the bride don't come? But then when she showed up with the ex, your man's ex, at your house, like y'all friends, it's not good. I would tell my sister, you need to go get some therapy and go about your business, but you are not invited. Please do not show up. And if you decide to show up, I'm going to have them remove you like you're a criminal. And that's how I feel about it. Okay, Miss Bookworm.
Do they live in a small rural town in East Bumblefuck?
Oh no, girl. Mm-mm.
Niece, this thing on? Honey, there is life way outside of the space that you didn't even go. You didn't even go off the block. You didn't even go out the neighborhood. There are a trillion people to choose from. Oh, God, no. I'm glad you're having a destination wedding. With the destination wedding, you don't even have to have a wedding party. You really don't. I had a destination wedding. The thing with destination weddings are things come up. Some people with the airfare, with the money, it gets expensive, all of that. Things come up, people can't make it. It's not like the wedding is around the corner, it is a destination. So, with that said, in order to avoid any hiccups like that, don't have a wedding party. Have all your guests dress in a color theme. We asked all of our guests to dress in the color coral so that it made for nice pictures. There you go. You don't have to have a bridal party. You don't invite every and anybody you want. Whoever comes comes, whoever shows up shows up. Whoever can't, maybe they send their blessings, a gift. It does not matter. As far as your sister's concerned, you've been with that huzzy all your life. Tell her, nah, you're not coming. Neither the nieces, the nephews, and any other stray you want to pick up, any friend, any baby's mamas, any's anybody. Like, really, can we get friends that kind of, let's expand, people. Let's go out a little bit. Let's expand our perimeter, you know? find start dating a little bit out of you don't have to date your mates. What, oh my god, this is just too much, y'all. No, she can't come. Mom, you almost ready not to come. Matter of fact, we all y'all all can stay behind and we can elope to a destination wedding.
That's
There we
right.
go.
Yep,
You
elope
don't have to
personally.
go through all that.
No.
You know the wedding is just for you and him.
Yeah.
If your love is on point and all of that, and you saying that you guys are soulmates, and all right, then you've already invited drama by hooking up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, you hooking up with each other in close proximity to your sister's ex's brother and all of that. All right, well, if you wanted to start dating this guy and create unwarranted drama that comes with this, then y'all need to hit the road and go get married and leave all of this where it's at behind.
Mhm.
This,
Yes.
you're creating this. You are creating this. Go get
I
married and come home and have a backyard party.
I think, yeah, I think I agree with Miss Bookworm. At this point, so your eloping can be your destination wedding.
Mhm.
And
All
you could
day.
pretty much tell everybody go get your money
Hit
back,
the
right?
bricks. Hit the bricks.
But you don't even have to do that because you want your loved ones there with you. That's why you invited them. But you don't want no drama. This is your day. You spent a lot of money. This is your day that you're going to remember as the day that you married your soulmate, your person, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that sister can't come.
That you found
Mm,
at Thanksgiving dinner.
yeah, wherever y'all found each other at.
But
Yeah.
yes, that sister can't come because she is not going to bring what this day is about. And she'll be okay. And if she ain't okay, that's okay
She'll
too.
be
Because you
okay.
done showed your ass leading up to this wedding, which shows me that you are not mature enough and
Mhm.
healed enough
Mhm.
to
That's
attend
it.
this wedding. And so therefore, you and your kids need to stay home.
I don't know. I might feel some kind of way. I'm not saying that the bitter sister is wrong. I'm saying I can understand
So
her
this is what I'm gonna say.
feelings. Her
I don't
feelings. Think about it.
understand. I don't understand because you and your man broke up. She
Yeah,
found love. What does
Yeah.
that have to do with you and your man breaking up? And this
Yeah.
is the thing, you were invited, you were a part of
but
this, but
wasn't
then you
that his
started
brother?
doing what they got to do
They do with
with anything?
anything.
Nah, I don't know, y'all. That I told you there are gazillion people in the world. What
I,
the
I don't.
hell?
I don't think
I
so.
mean, but she met the
I
brother. Didn't
yeah.
she meet the brother while they were still together? Were her and the
I,
were her and the
no.
fiance still together when she met the
No.
No.
brother?
She met the brother
Mm.
after
After they
um
broke up.
broke up.
No, they hooked up after
Oh.
they
Yeah,
broke up.
broke up. Yeah.
No,
From what
no, 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 no,
from
no,
what
no.
Oh.
from what she was saying in the letter, it's like I guess the
I misunderstood that part.
I think that
Mhm.
she never has met the brother at all until after the sister and the her baby daddy had
See,
broke up.
that
And
changes things because
I
I
don't
thought
know.
she
I
met the
don't know.
brother while they were. See, this is my
I'm
thing.
not
No.
This is whole girl
I'm
code. This whole girl code
right.
thing because it's
Well,
Right.
like
I
he's with
don't
this
know if I'd say
dude
that.
and you getting with this dude's brother, but
But we
he done
getting
broke my
married.
heart.
These
He
are
done broke my
still
heart.
families.
Well,
I
what
could
does
These
his
are
see
brother
still the
got to do with
same
breaking your damn
family.
heart, your sister's heart? Let me. And he's
they
his
they
half
they're
brother.
a
Let's be
family.
clear.
That
But
mean
he's a
I
They're
half
gotta be
still
brother.
part
a
of this
family.
That,
family
but
for the
I'm
rest
just
of
saying
my life.
he's a half brother, so you don't know what the dynamics of their relationship were
Ah,
really like.
pish posh.
I'm gonna say
Nope.
this. I'm
Nope.
gonna say
Mm,
I'm gonna say
Nope.
this. At the
if
end of the
it had
day,
happened while they were still together, that's cute. That's different. But you didn't introduce me to this guy This is his brother. There's certain things that are just off limits for me at a certain point.
I don't know. I
But
don't know.
but what I will say, regardless of how they met and how they got together, the
Yeah,
sister is still tripping and she need to
that's
keep her
right.
ass home.
Yeah. I just feel like, listen, it doesn't matter how they could have met at a club and not knew that that was her brother. I don't
You
know.
know
I mean,
now.
I'm
You know
trying to give
now.
a benefit of the doubt. But we always say this, right? We can't help who people fall in love with, and that's really the truth.
That's
You can't.
true.
I mean, you can't
Yeah.
help who people fall in love with. So, but I'm going to say,
But then
as
go off and get married.
yeah,
Don't
I agree
bring the
with you, Miss
rest in.
Whitmore.
Yeah.
I would have just left all them all that bullshit and the whole wedding thing. I would have went off and got married, and we would have just started our life together. And maybe later tell everybody. And I might have done it in secret, and then we later tell
Right.
everybody we got married
Won't
and
be the
have
first.
something small get together, and hopefully by that time I would feel like maybe I would see my sister go through therapy, get her life together, start to heal her damn self so she can accept this. Because I mean, if you're dating with him, so she had to know that y'all were dating anyway. I
Right.
mean, so and really, we don't know how close she was with her sister in the beginning for her not to know that the brother, this was the brother of the baby daddy, So, I mean, we know that as siblings, we all go our separate ways to a degree, right? I mean, we're not saying we're not close, but we might not be just, hang out partners or whatever. She could have lived in a different state, whatever the difference is. That's why I said I wouldn't be so careful. I would be careful jumping on her saying you mess with the half brother. She might have been somebody that moved away and came back home and found this out. So I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say I would have probably let my sister get some therapy first and get some help before I would probably announce that yes, we went ahead and got married without y'all motherfuckers because y'all are just in the way. I mean, if that's the person that you feel is your true love, then go ahead at it, and we'll see how things spin out at the
Yeah,
end.
do that. So you guys got to
Yeah,
do
do
that
it
on
solo.
your own. You just
Yeah.
can't bring this family and this
Mm-mm,
family together at a destination wedding and expect things to go. We've
mm-mm.
been there. We've been
Yeah.
there before. We were at V and I were
Listen,
at Jamaica, and two families that of opposite, they it was a wedding, and the two families got to fighting inside of the
I believe it.
restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Literally
Yep.
fighting. When I
And
tell
I
you
mean,
China
tore that
was
restaurant.
everywhere, from the front of the restaurant to the kitchen
Yep.
in
They tore
Jamaica.
that restaurant up.
The
Two
entire the
families.
entire the entire wedding party was gone off of that
Oh,
resort
they got the
immediately.
Hatfields and McCoys. So you know what? Leave them all behind and do
Hmm.
do your own. If you believe this is your soulmate, good luck. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I encourage it. I love. However,
Hmm.
you have to do this without them because
Yeah.
it's too touchy. And you know what? We do have to consider her sister's feelings. We don't have to. I'm not saying that her sister is really wrong, but I get it. I get it. I get it.
Hmm.
I get it. Girl code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys do
All
that
right.
slimy shit. They don't care. But us, yeah, we gotta have a little more coof
Oh
to
no,
us.
there's some slimy bitches out there.
I was
Yeah.
trying not to go there.
Yeah, there's some slimy bitches out there that will fuck your man. You be like, oh, we broke up. Oh, you like, well, what you doing with him? I've seen people do that to their own family members, so
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
not
that's
gotta be
true.
surprised by
careful.
that. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
So, all right, ladies, good conversation.
As
We of
always.
course then gone way over like we always do.
Yes,
We just get
yes.
to we chatty catties over here, y'all. But
Our
I
producer
love
is
it.
gonna
I
get
love it.
us.
I love it. So all right, so we're gonna wrap this up. If you want us to help you with an issue, answer a question, nieces or nephews, please send us an email at 3auntiesandamike@gmail.com or DM us on any social media platform using the same handle, 3aunties and a mic. The three is spelled out THREE. And Thank you for tuning in. For our newbies, don't be a stranger. Make sure you like us
No.
and follow us so that you don't miss a single episode. We are now on YouTube. So definitely go out and subscribe to our
Mhm.
YouTube channel, y'all. And we look
Meet
forward
me in the
to
chat. Meet me in the chat. I'm there.
yes,
Yes,
yes. Let's
we'll
talk
chat up
about it.
with
Let's
you.
talk about the save bill and all these other things that we've talked about. We want to know what y'all opinion is on some of the stuff that we talked about. Let us know what y'all think about hazing and these girls out here hitting each other upside the head for no damn reason.
With
Mhm.
batons and dragging folk through the.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I do want to know what y'all think about. I know we ain't talking about R. Kelly, but I do want to know what y'all think about his residuals song. I listen, I still think his is out of the ones I've heard, his is definitely
That's
in my
the
top
I'm
3.
telling you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but all right. Thank y'all for tuning in, ladies. As always, thank you for joining me. I love our get-togethers every week to chat it up. And until next time, everybody, peace and love.
Love you, nieces and nephews.
Smooches.